okay, we all got skeletons in our closet from a shady past. Made me brag about my Mercedes Jag. Going fast, made me crash. My ex keep fucking up my car with her crazy ass. Lately sad, reminisce the times. Please take me back. Aiming for the top, I'm on target like a Brady pass. Did a show for 80 cash and threw it in my lady bag. That was fucking easy money, sniper on my KD swag. Thought about quitting, I'm a warrior, can take a jab. Whoever said shit was easy forever lied. I mesmerized how simple decisions can jeopardize. When Martin Luther cheated and stared in Coretta's eyes. This is lyrical exercise, told my idols to step aside. My mama said I'm bugging, no need for the pesticides. Was just waiting tables, gave customers extra fries. Maya Angelou with accounts, I just let it rise. And hopefully my words never die. When the time and it's raining, but shit, I don't be complaining. Summer's cold, shit is dangerous. I can feel the change. Try to take a walk up in my shoes. A nigga rapping like I really got something to prove. Cause motherfucker, I do. I climb hills. Niggas was sleeping on NyQuil. Paint a picture vivid, dog, on everything. My life's real. Was just in college struggling to get a nice meal. Made it out the gutter, then that's all because of my skills. All because the glory, nigga, let me tell my story. I am not that nigga with potential. I am not a Rory. I was lost like Dory, but I'm finally found. Was addicted to the Zans to calm anxiety down. And I never would admit because society clowns. Any nigga with a problem, they can't quiet me now, nigga. Winter time and it's raining. Shit, I don't be complaining. Summer's cold, shit is dangerous. Man, I can feel the changes.
Where you come from, it's easy to get where you're going.
Yeah.
Just keep digging till you find out.
Well, damn. That was that new shit. That new shit by YBN Corday from his newly released album, The Lost Boy. And to keep it real, I'm going to drop that whole YBN shit. I'm just going to start calling this little nigga Corday. The name of that song was called Wintertime. And again, that's coming off of the brand new album that he just released not too long ago, The Lost Boy. All right, so let's go ahead and give him some love with the air horns. And for those of you that are tuning in for the first time, I am your host, Famous Amos, a.k.a. the Unidentified Black Male, a.k.a. your mother's last mistake, a.k.a. Soul Brother number 3, a.k.a. he went that way, a.k.a. Pinky. And unfortunately today, we are going to be having another solo show. Our co-host, it's Tim Redhose, a.k.a. Plato Got Stacks, a.k.a. Timmy Bust Nuts, a.k.a. your mother's favorite brother, will not be joining us. Again, we are back on that same shit. This nigga has not swapped his engine yet into his vehicle and gotten it running. And it is affecting him with work. It is affecting him with bitches. It is affecting him with everything that comes with life. And there's not much I can say, but the show must go on. I'm going to be embarking on a little vacation trip. Going to be going out to Havasu and Laughlin for the weekend. By the time you hear this, it might be Thursday. I'm recording this actually Wednesday afternoon. And yeah, I'll be gone from Wednesday to Sunday, be back Monday, and just going out with the girlfriend and her family and enjoying some time on the water and all that fun stuff. Not gonna lie, this is gonna be my first time going out to the Laughlin Havasu scene. Me personally, I've just never been one of those people that likes to go to lakes unless I'm like a camping lake and I'm backpacking to the lake. I've just always kind of felt like when you go to a travel destination type lake, I always suspect of the water. You know, when you go to the beach, I love beaches. You know, when you go to the beach, you know that the water is, you know, it's vast. You can't even see it. But when I feel like I can see all the body of water, and I know people are pissing in it, puking in it, fucking in it, you know, there's trash and debris. It just makes me feel kind of like gross being in that water. It's like being in a dirty ass pool. And I know that there's, you know, the water gets, you know, I know how fucking currents and all that shit works, but it's just the idea that just like, lakes. But if I'm at, like, if I go to Yosemite and I'm at the lakes over there, you know, it's like, man, only so many people really come to this lake. You know, they got to put in about a 12-mile hike to get to this lake. Most of America ain't doing that type of shit. They're just trying to drive somewhere, park a boat, and dip, and sip, and chill. Which is exactly what I'll be doing this weekend. And it's going to be one of those tests that I haven't done in a while. And I'm going to call it my pot test. Oh, shit. Before we even get into that pot test, I forgot that it is a brand new month. This is actually August the 1st for 2019. It's been quite some time. Shit, actually, I need to actually double check. I think this might be our 50th fucking anniversary. And if it is, I'm about to be like hot because this motherfucker bailed on the 50th. Let's see. Let me just go ahead and double check really quick. This is very interesting. Oh shit. Unintentional. That shit was unintentional. That last one. Let's see. Was the last one 49? Holy shit, yeah, last one was 49. So yeah, this is going to be a celebratory 50th for myself then. Yay for me. For, you know, fuck. If this is the 50th anniversary, yeah, this is our 50th episode. And I feel like you guys deserve this. Actually, now that I'm actually thinking about it, it's kind of changed the whole dynamic of the show. You know, I don't really think about the numbers side of it until the actual day of after, you know, when we're breaking down the titles. But damn, now that I realize we're at 50 weeks, let me just take a moment to just say thank you to all of you that have been out there and fucking with us heavy. You know, we have a lot of people out there that show us love. Whether it's you guys entertaining us with the links that you send and these funny videos or outrageous videos. Now some of them, I'm not going to lie, some of the ones that we do get, we can kind of tell that it's like, okay, this is like some shit from The Onion. It's like a troll piece. But nonetheless, like my man, Adam C, follow him on Twitter. This guy right here sends me some of the best shit ever. And it's just like, it's just random shit, like random links, random stuff you can find. And it's just like, goddamn, like, wow. like I had to ask him, I was like, how do you even find this? He's like, honestly, bro, like, it just finds me. That's what I took from it. But then we got the ones that, you know, fuck with us really heavy on Instagram. We got some local guys. My man's Jason. Still got to link up with him. We are trying to set something up. I know me and Tim, we want to, because he's a cool guy. We want to do an interview, but just that we've been moving around with, you know, shifting our recording locations and shit. And Tim not having reliable transportation that, yeah, just hasn't happened yet. But nah, we definitely got to get him on. Reverend Grebo, dope cat, you know, he stays active, stays in the DMs a little bit. Got my man Antonio, Bassman, Lunar Farms. Hopefully we can catch him on the podcast soon. And all of you that have been out there, especially want to give a special shout out to Sam Tripoli and XG. I feel like if it wasn't for them, you know, we would still be on a more slower growing path, but it just seemed like we had an explosion in our numbers after, you know, they invited us to come on to Tinfoil Hat. So, you know, we're always we're always grateful. I like to share a lot of their comedy specials that they have going on at the Comedy Store. A lot of the times, I can't make it out there, but I know Tim, he's gone to a few showings. And I guess we'll give It's Tim Red Hose his flowers. For those of you out there, let's give you a quick backstory on the podcast. The podcast has gone through like multiple variations before we settled on the Block is Hot podcast. The original name of the podcast was actually going to be the Boutros podcast. So if you guys can find any audio out there, the Boutros podcast, that was our earlier shit. And it wasn't with me and Tim Redhose. It was actually another friend of mine who is MIA at the moment. Not like seriously, but like he's just gone. He's doing his own thing. He's in Louisiana, I believe, right now, or New Orleans. And yeah, it was going to be a podcast that was based off of the conspiracy theories from King of the Hill. And if, for those of you that don't know, and I believe the first episode, Dale Gribble makes a conspiracy theory, and he says basically, he's like, we'll see what Boutros Ghali Ghali has to say about that. And Boutros Ghali Ghali is an actual person. He served with the I believe WHO or the UN, something like that. And he had a lot of conspiracy theories regarding not conspiracy theories, or theories like regarding climate change or other things like that. And just kind of the King of the Hill is poking fun at it with their Dale Gribble character. And that's kind of where we got the idea to start talking about conspiracies that are fun, but also pop culture related. That didn't work out. We still went along with it. I brought my boy on, Tim, because he does stand-up comedy, and I thought this would be a great way for him to develop his skills on the mic as far as talking to an audience that's not there while working on jokes and just getting used to that theme of talking to an audience. And he's grown a lot. He's been doing way more open mic, and I'm proud of him for that. And to be able to do all that, it's really cool. So yeah, that's kind of the origin, so to say. And then one day I was just at work, and I was like, what's a cool name that people may want to tune into and they can gain us some traffic? And I was like, well, we used to always say the block is hot when some bullshit was going on, even though, we didn't live in a violent neighborhood, so it's not like we had to worry about the police, fucking with us or any gang shootouts or some bullshit like that. Like, you can go look for gang shootouts, because, there's neighborhoods where that shit was going down, but in my area, that shit just wasn't popping. Like, nah, it's not happening. So, but I was like, you know what? Like, the block is hot just could mean like any type of gossip, any type of thing going on. I thought that'd be a real cool name to have a podcast. And when I looked it up, I saw no shows with anything of that title. So I was like, fuck it. Let's throw the THA on there, so it's the block is hot. And we ran with it. Then we started just kind of elevating and growing and just starting to actually create a show base. And it really doesn't work without you. Without our YouTube following, that we're slowly gaining more subscribers. I think we just capped off the 220 mark. So, got to celebrate those small milestones. We have more following on different platforms, and our numbers seem to be growing every week. And we want to thank you for that. I do apologize for the Discord group. It's one of those apps that I'm still getting used to, and I'm not used to having it really on my phone. I'm usually using it on my computer. And then even then, it's something where it's hard for me to still keep track of. But definitely, I want to start, kind of really pushing that. And I want to start having an available chat room where we can all come in and kind of shoot the shit for a little bit. And also kind of have it to where on certain days, we can get you guys, all the people that listen, those of you that want to, can come on for a few minutes. Let us know how you're feeling, what you're up to, what do you think are some crazy, interesting topics, and your opinion on it. And for that time, give you a piece of our platform so that you can kind of speak out to the masses and also join that. And that's what the whole point of the Block is Hot podcast was meant for. It was always meant for our community to also be a membership type of thing. Like, that's why we always say, blockheads, or who's on the block today. We don't want it to seem like we're just having guests on. We want it to mainly feel like we have friends that are coming on, or people that are becoming friends, and that's why they're on our block today. Why are you on the block? Well, I came to kick it, hang out, and just shoot the shit. Cool. You don't got to have the full focal point be, oh, I got to explain to you my life story and what I'm about. It's like, nah, it's not always about that. Sometimes it's just about hanging out, meeting a new person, seeing what their interests are, and getting the ebb and flow. But also, we don't want this place to be an echo chamber. We want you to be able to disagree with us. If you think that I'm spewing out some bullshit or Tim is spewing out some bullshit, definitely let us know. That's the beauty of this. Like, I mean, respectfully, like, talk your shit, crack some jokes, but always remember that whenever you say something via text, no one can read your emotion behind it. So just make sure you're punctuating shit correctly and using the right words, because there's times when people be posting shit on the page and it's like there's no commas or periods where they should be, or like a semicolon. I'm trying to read it, and that's like, okay, are they trying to be joking with the sarcastic? Are they upset or mad? So just always kind of put that in reference. So we know in that shit, because the last thing I want is there be hostility between the block, Like, if someone says something you disagree with it, always remember that it's more than likely they're just giving you their opinion. They're not trying to personally attack you. And that's something I was going to hop on later on during this show, but I've just been so out of order. Like, I haven't even told you guys what our book of the month is going to be. And shit, how long are we deep in this? We're already 16 minutes deep. Haven't did the book of the month. Haven't did the comic book of the week. And there's just been so many things that have happened at the end of July. Like, since we're going to get into it, for our book of the month, I'm actually going to throw out two, because it's these books aren't that long, but they're not going to be conspiracy based. These are going to be, one's going to be a book that's going to kind of help you internally as a person. I feel like it's going to help promote growth in yourself. And one is just a good fiction story that kind of blends in the sci-fi. And it's actually one of my favorite book series right now of all time. Like, I've read it countless times. Not countless, I'm exaggerating. I've read the series 2 times, and then certain books I've read more than 2 times. Like, I've read the second book like 3-4 times, and then I've read the Side Jobs one like 2-3 times. So there's just various books, but the first one I'm gonna break down is, it's a book that I've owned for a while. You may have heard of it. For all I know, you guys have probably actually read it. It is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. Apologize if I'm butchering that name. And yeah, it's called The Alchemist. I don't really know how to explain it, because it's like a little bit of short stories in a sense, like all in one. But yeah, it's how can I say it? Because it's been a while since I've read it, but all I can say is that, damn, like, I'm trying to think, even like reading the synopsis again, it's the best way I can put the book is in a way that you'd actually maybe want to pick it up and read it. The book itself is only like 165 pages. All right, you can knock that out in a day if you really wanted to. And I mean, every few decades a book comes along that changes the lives of its readers forever, and that's a good way to say it, because it's kind of a way of saying, like, never be content and always get at it. I mean, like a bro way of putting it. But that's a book that I'm going to throw out there if you're just looking kind of for like a self-help, not self-help, but just like an inspiring story. Like, remember, this is still a work of fiction. It's not like an actual based on a true story. This is it's a fiction book, and that's why I wanted to get out mainly for this month of August, seeing it's the last month of summer, before people start going back to school. If you're in high school or college listening to this, if you're middle school or elementary school, you're gonna be fucked up listening to this podcast. I hope you're probably not. But yeah, just something to take us out a little bit of the conspiracy side. I know last month we did the Bloodlines book. Sorry guys, I didn't get a chance to complete or like start that one really. I only got like a chapter deep, and then yeah, I have an art show coming up in September, so I've been really working on that and grinding out art pieces and kind of getting that going. But the second book that I would like to suggest that you read, this is a 1 or 2 book. It's my favorite book series of all time, and it's called The Dresden Files. It's by the author Jim Butcher. And yeah, the first one is called Stormfront. It's one that kicks it all off. The best way to put it in a short synopsis would be, imagine Harry Potter And if you're a Harry Potter fan, you may enjoy this because it's a way more adult theme. But imagine Harry Potter, you know, basically fucked off his whole teen years going to a school that promotes magic, you know, and that's all they learn is magic. But what happens after Harry graduates and needs a real job? Can't just put "I'm a wizard" on your job application. So that's kind of the character that we have here. It is a full-fledged wizard who uses magic and practical senses as a private investigative detective. And there's a whole like white council of wizards, and it takes place in Chicago. And basically, he becomes he's a consultant for Chicago PD Special Investigations, and everyone thinks that he's like bullshit, but he still gets shit. And basically, it blurs the lines between what reality is of folklore, fairy tales, and magic or unseen science that we know of today. And it's just a really cool way to kind of like, if you like living in the space of, you know, fairy tales can potentially be real, you like the idea of magic and the paranormal, it's a great book for you to read, because the whole time it's going to be explaining things that most movies will fuck up and seem to be corny. Like, it puts the idea of practicing magic in a sense that, oh, that would actually make sense, and I could see that happening. And again, it's like, you know, he was taken on under by an apprentice, lived by these rules of magic, only to realize when you get older, how do you make a living if you don't have any actual skills outside of magic? Well, private investigating is a great way to do it, and by using magic to find certain things or solve cases, it's a great book to read. Highly recommend it. Stormfront. It's basically about a man that's murdered using magic. The cops can't figure out a reason why. They have an underground mob syndicate that's working in a way to see who killed their associate, and just everything falls on this guy's lap, as well as he has his own death sentence by the magic community. So the magic community hates him, and it's a really good page turner. And this one, again, this book itself is it's not a big one. So again, I don't know the average speed of our readers, but this book right here can be read pretty quick. It's only about a 300-page book, roughly. Yeah, you can knock that out. And that's gonna be it for my book of the month. Comic book of the week. Again, I'm taking it back to The Boys, only just because I really want you guys to read the series. They just released it on Amazon Prime, and my opinion on The Boys, it's really good visually. The Boys is a really good show visually on Amazon Prime. Excuse me, on Amazon Prime. But the issue that I have with it is the story that they changed up. Like, they fucked up Starlight's story. They try to make her seem like she's too independent and badass, when that wasn't the case. You know, like, she sucked that guy's dick as soon as he dropped his pants. Like, that was all. There was no like talking about her being a brave, independent woman and all. It's like, nah, fuck out of here with that shit. Like, she took that dick so she can get the fucking job, and she was a spineless coward the whole time. That's why she really needed Huey. I don't like the fact that the boys themselves weren't already injected with the compound V. That was another thing. I thought the whole point was they were already injected with it, and they were fucking up superheroes prior to Huey, and then Huey gets injected by Butcher without him knowing, and that's why he has to go through the thing, because he accidentally kills Lamplighter, you know, on accident, and he's the one that kills him. So it's like, there's a lot of things that I just don't like how they went. But as far as the character models, fuck, I forgot his name. The dude that played in fucking Doom, Kurt something Corbin. Let's see, who was it? Carl Urban. He was fucking dope. We got Anthony Starr as Homelander, which is a fucking discount Bradley Cooper. You know, they got Jesse Usher, fucking great, as A-Train, Jack Quaid, Huey. The thing that I love the most, though, about this show is that they at least had fucking, what's his name? Shit, I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. Shit. Fucking, god damn, what's his name? It's Huey's dad, Simon Pegg. They got Simon Pegg. Even though if Simon Pegg was younger, they could have just fucking casted him to be Huey, since he's the actual character model of Huey. And yeah, this whole show is fantastic. I just burned through. It's only 8 episodes. That's the worst part. Yeah, it is definitely a show that I highly recommend everyone watch it. And yeah, just because I've been promoting it for so hard. Read the comic books, you get a better feel for it, and then you'll understand kind of like my gripe and why I'm kind of like, yeah, it's a dope show, but it could have still been better. Like, I would have just really appreciated, like, and that's another thing with just movies in general, as far as comic book films, they never seem to want to stick with the source material. Like, I swear to God, they could easily make the greatest shows ever if they just stuck with source material. And I understand some of it you can't do it because, like, or how are we really going to film this? Is going to be too big in the budget. But with movies, like I don't understand how, like, shows like Batman, you have these DC animated movies that are fucking great, but they just can't do it for their live action movies. And the animated movies stick to the source material way, way closer. And it's basically it per page. But with this movie, The Boys, like, it's just the story that irks me. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers, and at least we got a pretty sick live action comic book show. And I hope it shows Marvel what they can really do with their characters and what they can really do with story arcs. So yeah, that's basically it right now. As far as some shit that's going on, and again, bear with me, people. I'm not really used to doing the solo show type of setup. It's really never been my thing. That's why I was more so whenever the podcast discussion came up, I always kind of wanted to have a co-host to kind of bounce ideas off of or bounce subjects. Cause I don't want to be an echo chamber just talking to myself or just hearing myself talk. I kind of want to have someone out there that's like, all right, you know, fuck you, nigga. I don't think that. Nah, shit ain't cool. So just bear with me. Oh yeah, this fucking dude Epstein. It blows my mind, and I kind of wanted to have a segment or a show based on the topic of Watchmen. What is a Watchman, you say? Well, if you've read the Bible, you know the Bible talks about watchmen that are basically going to be talking about end times and basically preaching out to everyone about evils that are going on. And, you know, basically they're going to be shouting to the rooftops and, you know, they're not going to be listened to. Most people are going to just call them crazy or just, you know, whatever. And in this modern day age, you know, I always try to look at the book of Revelations and compare it to the era that I'm living in and eras of past people. Cause, you know, we've had doomsdayers since like the beginning, but I would think that nowadays Watchmen are the people that created these online shows or channels on YouTube and create content that really visually represents or shows the evils that are going on in the world, and they're actually shedding light and whistleblowing. Like whistleblowers, I feel like, are also Watchmen. Like the Alex Joneses. Whether or not you fuck with him or you hate him, he has made a lot of good cases for things that are being shed to light today. To be honest, I would say I was an Alex Jones listener from about 2011 to 2013, and that's when I just started tuning out. It just seemed like he was getting real, like, I didn't like the rants as much. It was like, dude, like, I feel like every time you go on these rants, you start screaming, you're losing people because you sound crazy. Even though a lot of things you're saying are intriguing enough to make me want to be like, I need to now look into that. When you start screaming and like ranting, it's just like, fuck, all right, this guy's just, he's off the deep end. He's not making any sense. Another one, you know, Sam Tripoli, another Watchman, you know, he's shedding light on topics that, you know, most comics really aren't fucking with. You know, even though they joke about all of it, they're not talking about it on a platform. You know, I guess you could say Joe Rogan, you know, back in the day, he used to give conspiracies a little bit of like a leeway. Now he's just like, nah, fuck that, it's all stupid. I do like how he sticks now to the, well, I don't know. And that's how I feel like everyone should be. Like, a lot of things we should just say, I don't know, instead of just dismissing it or calling it crazy. Because, you know, a lot of people don't like to backtrack and say how, oh, I used to call this crazy and it's true. Now they're just on the bandwagon, oh, you know, this, that, and the third. And I just don't like when people will do that. That's why I never really, on this show, if you guys listen, I never try to really dismiss everything wholeheartedly. I'm always skeptical. Like, even the shit that I believe in, like, I may think that the earth is flat, but it's like, I'm not going to die on that hill or anything. It's just like, it's more fun for me to believe that it's flat than that we're just some accidental Big Bang type shit. Like, you know, I believe in intelligent design. So I think that the flat earth model holds more credence with intelligent design, that we were created to be here. And it's more fun for me. Keep going to work every day. Nothing changes. But there's Watchmen on YouTube. Like, and whether it's crazy because like I watch so many different channels on YouTube that I'm going to be showing some love right now, just on the people that I've been subscribed to and watching for a long time. One of them who's really not a Watchman, but is just a dope content creator as far as watch them grow. Philip DeFranco. You know, Philip DeFranco is one of those YouTubers that I like how his show is modeled based on the give you the facts, give you my opinion, let's talk about it type of thing. And I like when people do that. And I think that he shed a lot of light on things that, you know, need to be shed on. He's also apologized for getting information wrong. Like, I like when people do that with their channels. Another one that I kind of like and would consider in the Watchmen category is Secure Team 10. You know, been following them for a while now. And it's, again, one of those things where it's never 100% absolute. It's always, hey, this is what we're finding. This is what's being presented. Let's talk about it. And if that's the case, you know, let's also have fun with it and get into the possible what ifs. Like, I hate whenever there's a channel that's like, no, this is it. You're stupid if you don't believe, because I feel like if you haven't gotten to the point in your life where you've realized you don't know anything, then I really I can't fuck with like taking you 100% serious. Like, I will say right now, I don't know shit. Like, at the end of the day, like, I had the same basic education, you know, as far as for like public school standards. So, and that's why I like to compare on, regardless if you have a degree or not, the common footing is always going to be, at least you have a high school diploma. And even though I know neighborhoods are bad and not everyone gets the same education, like as far as quality, that's the idea that, hey, as long as we have a diploma, we're on that same page. It's like, if you don't have a diploma, it's kind of like, well, that's the easiest thing you can basically do, is like show up and you can graduate. It's like it's harder. You'd have to try to not graduate from high school than actually that. But again, that's not the rule. There are exceptions to those fucked up houses, just situations in life. But when it comes to a lot of these YouTubers, you know, they're just dropping knowledge or information and facts. Like Secure Team 10 is one, Philip DeFranco is one. Another one that I would say is this guy that I started following back in 2012. Like, when I started getting into like the UFO phenomenon, I'd be like, yo, something weird up there. This guy called Jason A. And he's been putting out like a lot of crazy content. Like, he's more so on that like religious side, like end times, you know, these are signs of the time, biblical events, like, which is all cool. You know, like, I feel like a lot of these things are dope because he'll take news articles from like all over the world, or like he'll just take news stories that maybe you may not get in your area. And like, he basically puts these crazy compilation videos for the week, and you'll be like, fuck, all this crazy shit happened around the world in just like 1 week. Like, what the fuck, dog? Like, and that's one thing that I feel like when it comes to those type of YouTubers, like, those are the Watchmen. Like, those are the people that are letting us know that, yo, we're doing fucked up shit to the world, or we're doing fucked up shit to each other, and it's only going to manifest in the most evil shit, probably. Like, I feel like we're setting ourselves up for this new world system. And I know people don't like to use the word new world order or the B system, but I really think that's what it is, because I look at the youth, and it just seems like every single year we have children, and every 5 years kind of the wave changes, I would say. Like, I know people like to use a decade, but I think every 5 years, that's the gap. Like, I was born in 1991. You're not going to tell me someone that was born in 1996 knows the same shit that I know, or is like remembers the same shit that I remember. Like, you probably barely remember fucking 9/11 if you were born in 1996. You know, that type of thing. Like, okay, like, you were there, but do you remember? Like, now I remember watching the towers fall, plane 2 flying into after my dad woke me up after plane 1 hit. Like, I remember being woken up out of bed saying, like, yo, remember this. This is going to be, like, you're going to remember this for the rest of your life. And I was like, damn, like my dad woke me up to witness history, like me and my sister. Hold up. I need another one. Enjoy that. But yeah, that's just kind of the things that I've been noticing on YouTube is all these types of Watchmen. Another one, Mouthy Buddha, creates great content regarding just crazy shit. Dabu777, Dark Sky Watch, and it all sounds so doomy and gloomy. But again, just creating great content. Another one would be, what's his name? Trying to find it. Oh yeah, ODT TV. He does some pretty great shit, you know, as far as exposés. The scariest movie ever. He makes crazy shit. Like, and it's things that's like, I know I have too much free time because, you know, I've been working a desk job for quite a while now. And a lot of times, like, the shit is not even like what you view. It's just what you listen to. So I listen to a lot of podcasts, kind of. Like, not a lot as in different channels, but like I pay attention to certain podcasts. Listen to a lot of content via YouTube, like not watching it, but just listening to it, like rants and raves and shit. And I don't think we give enough credit to these people that are on YouTube making these types of controversial videos or just, you know, abstract thought videos. So, you know, here's me giving all those guys their flowers. You know, check them out, subscribe, you know, maybe you watch them too. Maybe now we have something else in common, you know? Got a little bit of mutual friendship online. It's all about them digital high fives. That's what I call likes. Anytime I get a like, it's like a digital high five. Like by you liking a post, it's like you saying, "Hey fame, hey fame, I like that shit," and then I get a virtual high five. Now, I wish that they had the down button or a dislike button on all social media like Reddit or some shit, so I know if you don't like it, it's like you're giving me a virtual middle finger. It's like, "Hey yo fame, saw that last post, virtual middle finger." All right, bro, maybe that post wasn't the one, maybe that joke didn't land. Oh shit, it's my ringtone. Good times, good times, good times. Ain't you lucky we got 'em? Good times. That's my shitty singing. But yeah. For those of you that do not know, Epstein was apparently assaulted in jail in an attempted suicide attempt. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't give a fuck about this guy, so I just find it hilarious that like the news is reporting on it. Like, we don't give a fuck. Like, all I want to hear is what his sentence is, or if he gets killed. Like, and if he gets killed, it's like, do you want us to bat an eye, like, as a society? Like, are we supposed to feel bad for this serial rapist? Like, this motherfucker deserves everything in the world, okay, like, given to him, as far as like when it comes to some negative shit. Like, this motherfucker needs to have like every single one of his victims' fathers just line up and then get like a haymaker. Just get one haymaker, and then you get to get back in line. So just like, all right, pop. All right, get back in line, sir. we got like 60 more dads up here, but you know, we can't just let you kick the shit out of them. Then this is not what's gonna be left for the rest. You know, it ain't fun if the other dads can't have none. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's the type of capital punishment we need. Like, oh, okay, like you just fucked this fool up and now he's brain damaged. Okay, then that whole what do we want, family? Do you want to send this fool into jail for 10 years, you know? Or we send him to jail for 1 year, but all of y'all get to fuck him up. Fuck him up to the point where he is gonna be handicapped. to some degree. Like if someone like handicaps you or someone like I know an eye for an eye leaves the world blind, but when it comes down to certain offenses, rapists, pedophiles, all that shit, like I know that there's too many out there that are gonna be like, a life's a life, don't kill them. But my opinion's gonna be like, yo, when you act in a certain way and you're no longer participating in the civilized animal kingdom known as society, you forfeit those rights. Like you forfeit your right to be treated fairly. You forfeit your right to like a safe trial, and it's a wrap. Like fuck you. Like if you're a thief, I feel like if you get caught stealing something, everything you own is forfeited. You got to start from scratch. like you can still keep your house and your home, but I'm talking about like besides like the shit you need to live, like you can keep your refrigerator, your microwave, your oven and stove, but it's like your furniture, you don't need that. You don't need a bed. You don't need dressers. You don't need a TV. Shit, you don't even need a table. You know? Maybe give you one knife, one steak knife, one butter knife, one fork, one spoon, one plate, one cup, one pan. And that's what you're left with. Like the punishment should fit the crime. Like, because if you get caught again, well, now you're going to do a longer stint and you ain't going to come out with shit. Like, so I feel like we need to start having more punishments like that. Like when you kill someone, that's different. Like I feel like at that point, it's up to the family. Like if it can be proved it was just a heinous murder, it's like the family has the right. Like I feel like if you just like murdered someone's daughter in cold blood and like raped her or some shit, like I feel like the father should have that right. Like I understand, thou shalt not kill, all that shit, and the eye for an eye bullshit. But I mean, sometimes I'm a nigga just gotta go. Like sometimes people just gotta go. Like just imagine that. Like it's like judge, like what do you want to do? You want to give him life in prison? Like he'll probably get raped and have a shitty experience, or do you want us to go outside back? We got a soundproof room with a drain in the bottom, and we can give you an option. You get the old katana, or you get a pistol with one shot. It has to be a headshot. We ain't gonna let you just keel off and just like pop a whole clip in them, but just like nah, like you either get the chop or you get the shot. That's gonna be the new slang right now. Do you want the chop or you want the shot? It's like, sir, I'll take that shot. I don't trust his accuracy with the swing. He might fuck around and miss. Dude was a shitty baseball player. Oh man. Need a little bit of a smoke break. I really need to hear you guys' feedback from this episode. I'm not sure if it's something where it's like, damn, if one of us can't do it, should we just skip a week? But I don't want to be like not consistent anymore. Well, shit. I think I'm going to cut this one short. Have it be about 45 minutes for a solo show. I know there's some things I probably brought up earlier that I didn't get to, but kind of crunch for time. Supposed to be dipping out at about 2. It's already almost 1:45, so I still got to upload this shit, edit it down a little bit, cut out the bullshit as far as the intro. Yeah. Still got to leave an outro song. And I do not know what to fucking play, to be honest. I've been listening to so much different music right now. This shit has been on some other shit right now. Let's see. I might leave you guys with some. Damn. Some of that Maxo? Nah, I ain't feeling the Maxo right now. All right, I'm gonna leave him with some Villain Park. Shit is dope. It's called We Out Here. Just to let you guys know that we out here still on this episode 50 of The Block is Hot. Maybe this nigga Tim will make it for episode 100. Well, shit. I'm your host, Famous Amos, a.k.a. the Unidentified Black Male. Blockheads is always welcome. Leave us a comment, leave us a like, subscribe, all that same social media bullshit. But, you know, everything helps us. So, y'all take care. We out here.
We out here. Yo, we out here. Yo, we out here. Yo, we out here, young, underrated, black, and we troublesome. Ain't no limits, we bout it. No, you ain't one of us seeking until our supper's up. Get the cake and we double up. Police poppin', we run it up. They quick to pull the gun on ya, it's wild. Couldn't walk in my shoes or run a mile, and niggas trigger happy. Ain't shit funny, nobody smiling. You be lucky to make it out this motherfucker alive. When me and my niggas ride, we letting everybody know that we out here.
Young, underrated, black, and we troublesome. Police ain't gonna be the only people you niggas running from. It's wild here. Gotta take yours if you want it done. Around here, we put in work and grind it till the sun is up. We out here. What? We out here. We out here. Young, black, and we troublesome. We out here. I watched my nigga take an L. He was wishing to die. Gotta know how it feels to lose, to be a winner sometimes. Mob deep with them niggas, young prodigies causing havoc. When they get something, they flash it. Cause in the past, they never had it. Imagine back in the day when there was places that we couldn't pass. And now we blacking after anything they said we couldn't have. See, we ain't holding back, so I suggest you keep your feelings tough. You whack niggas left the game on E, so we gon' fill it up. We out here, young, underrated, black, and we troublesome. Police ain't gon' be the only people you niggas running from. It's wild here. Gotta take yours if you want it done. Around here, we put in work and grind it till the sun is up. We out here. What? We out here. We out here. What? We out here.
Thinking back when I was a young and turned $1 to 100. The money was the motive, nigga, that's how it is now. Who do you call when you down and the struggle is real? Papa was hustling to get to that meal, and that's who I do it for. Them early mornings, niggas on it, we gotta eat. We starving out in these streets, more bodies between the sheets. My homies is getting killed, cops is begging they still. I'm praying it's not my brother, ain't heard about it in weeks.
So put the bullshit to the side, all we wanna do is ride. Banging my own shit while cruising on the west side. They know when I'm on the move when I slide. Cause you can feel the bass in your home when the smoke pass by. Yo, so what you saying, my nigga? Peep the bigger picture, I'm hating, no more waiting, my nigga. Either you crippin' or you blaming, my nigga, or not affiliated. As long as you grinding out to make it, my nigga, we out here.
Young, underrated, black, and we troublesome. Police ain't gonna be the only people you niggas running from. It's wild here. You gotta take yours if you want it done. Around here, we put in work and grind it till the sun is up. We out here. What? We out here. What? We out here. Yo, we out here. They asking for the we cooking with the we got the hey, they want the they asking for the they see us cooking with the we got the hey. What I want they asking for the they know we got the cooking with the we cooking with the they asking for the yeah. What I want